For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, 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 for the record.
You were still the first place. You still the first place Eagles, right?
Not for long.
That didn't change.
Not for long. Not for long. We won't be in first place. That was a joke and a funny thing I would play up. You know, we had the bye week. I thought we was going to come off the bye with a little pep in our step. We was the healthiest we've been in weeks playing, and somehow, some way, we continued that trend of being, now we're now 1-5 off buys during the Doug Pederson era. That's a terrible stat. Like, this was a whole team loss. Like, I don't know where to start. But guess what? I'll start with giving the Giants their props. First off, hats off to them, man. They played their best game of the season. Daniel Jones has played his best game as a Giant. He looked like Mike Vick out there. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't stop him. We just played him in week 7. So I'm like, you had a bye week to scout exactly what you did, what worked and what didn't work on Daniel Jones, and you just saw him. Like, I just couldn't believe he was running up the gut like that. Our linebackers are basura, bro. Like, you know what that means in Spanish? Trash. trash. Like, I don't get it, man. We played a relatively clean game on offense. No turnovers from Carson. But you know what he didn't do? He wasn't on target and wasn't on time.
Yeah.
So that's my issue with Carson. You know, like, the Giants got the Wentz 3 times. He was under pressure the whole entire time. But guess what? The O-line was healthy. So I no longer have that excuse.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing to say about that. So, and furthermore, I continue to scratch my head with Doug Pederson's play calling. He came in like Riverboat Ron in the Washington team, just rolling the dice and calling plays on 4th down. And I thought that shit was like a breath of fresh air when he first came. But now we don't got them guys. It's not working. So abandoned.
But he's still taking those chances.
He's still taking those chances and going with the nerd analytics. You know, I don't know about you, Press. I'm not into the analytics shit. Go with what works. Here's one sequence of events, right? Miles Sanders, 13-yard run, 1st down. Next play, passing play. Next play, Hurts, play action, bullshit. Why? Like, why? How do you go from a 13-yard run again? And why not run again until they prove they could stop it? Because they couldn't all game. Boston Scott broke a 50-yarder on them. Prove to me that they could stop the run and then go away from it. The exact same thing that I said in the preview. All you got to do is make it an ugly game. Run the game. Time of possession. That's all you got to do. But it seemed like he's just thinking too much, man. And the play calling needs to be taken away from Doug. Like, he got to hire some people that he could trust, man. Next thing that happened, again, we went for a 2-point conversion, got it to be, you know, relatively close, right? Then we go again, we score. We could have been down 3 points at this point. Well, we go for another 2-point conversion. The guys that were doing the analysis was like, oh, this percentage, this percentage, that. Damn that percentage. Go for the damn field goal. It's way too early, and it's like the middle of the 3rd quarter. Why are you taking that chance at that point? You know what I mean? This is a close game. We don't have them guys, man. We can't. Our offense isn't that good to overcome those type of mistakes, Prez, man. So, man, and then Carson Wentz. I can't call for his job from a standpoint of Jalen Hurts and these gadget plays. He hasn't shown nothing in these gadget plays. And all they're doing by doing that to him is really just trying to justify that 2nd-round pick. That's what they're doing with getting him involved. But you're doing things that isn't it's to the detriment of Jalen Hurts. Like, he's not coming in there and doing anything productive like you see at Taysom Hill and the Saints. Nothing's being productive. So the play calling is not creative. So just keep him out the game, man. Like, if you're not going to start him and if you're not going to bench Wentz for his play, then The gadget plays are too predictable. But the story of this game, Prez, was the damn defense. And here's why. I for the life of me can't believe that Daniel Jones and the New York Giants running game is that damn good. He cannot be running for 34-yard scampers right up the middle. He did the same thing in week 7, except he tripped up. But he was doing this. Like, he has the most 30-yard runs, Prez. And you know who 3 of them came against? The Eagles.
But, I mean, you got to look like that line is the line that blocks for Saquon Barkley. Like, so they bound to do some things, a couple things right. But, like, yeah, he got a little jets on him, man. It seemed like he got a little get up in him, you know, just as long as he ain't trying to take it about 90 yards. He's good for those little scampers, man.
Yeah, but we seen the zone read. We seen everything they were doing in week 7. There's no excuse to come out of a bye week and be that unprepared on defense. That means that our linebackers don't have any discipline. That means our edge rushers don't have any discipline. Because in the first half, he ran a little bit wild. We shored it up in the second half where they made a slight adjustment. But they had to really do some real coach. Jim Schwartz had to do some real coaching to really rectify the situation, because they were looking in the backfield, looking at the ball, and it was just attention to detail and the basics. So furthermore, man, I'll lastly get to my point. These next 5 weeks is murderer's row. Like, we very well, what? I'm counting.
I'm trying to think who you got. Like, who you got for the next 5 then? What you talking about?
Oh, man, we got Seattle. We have the Browns. Who else do we have? Another playoff team. We have the Cardinals. I don't have my notes up right now, but those 3 teams just sound like the Packers as well. So that's all them teams are playing well, but they do have deficiencies. You know, we got the Browns and playing Baker Mayfield. He may give us a few turnovers. You know what I mean? You never know. They've been in a lot of low-scoring games. They haven't particularly been lights out on offense. But again, the Giants haven't been either. But they lit our asses up, and that's what we're a bit inconsistent all across the board. So I can't hang my hat on anything moving forward. Yes, I still laugh and say we're in first, but it won't be for long. And ultimately, somebody with 5 or 6 wins is going to win this division, bro. With these next 5, we be lucky to get 2. If we get 2, then we're going to the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
If we get 2 of these next 5, but stranger things have happened. We played up the competition in the past and won games I don't think we should have won. So, but that's on a hope and a prayer, prayers. I really got nothing. I got nothing to hang on.
I mean, any given Sunday, man. We had the Jaguars out there playing with a rookie quarterback, giving the Green Bay Packers hell. So, like, who knows?
And then Seattle has the bottom defense in the league, like the top 2 bottom last time I checked in the league. So you never know, but you still got Russell Wilson back there, and I think he can cover for that defense any day. You know, so again, it's gonna be a tough road ahead, man. I'd be surprised if we get 2 wins, let alone 1. But then we got the Cowboys and the football team in Washington on the latter end. So
we need you to get you a couple wins, man. I don't like this version of you, man. You sound all somber and down.
Hey,
I mean, it was the Giants, but they are building, and it seems like they like much we talked about Daniel Jones, man. He's a little bit more decent than some of those other quarterbacks that was out there. I don't think he's gonna lose his job anytime soon.
Yeah, like I said, man, much respect to the Giants. It's a division game. You never could take that lightly, whether they have 1 win, 2 wins, or have 10 wins. It's always going to be a tough game. So hats off to those guys. We'll see you next year, and the win streak will reconvene. I can guarantee you that.